I'm tucked inside of this really warming and welcoming alcove, and above this spot is this place where waterfalls come down when the rain's really coming down. There's been a little bit of rain coming down. I'm waiting it out, and what I'm doing is venturing through this canyon, and I'm hunting for pictograph sites and petroglyph sites. And these are ancient Native American rock art panel sites. And what really intrigues me about ancient Native American rock art is I think that the ancients had stories to tell, and I think that they have lessons that are built into these stories. We have no idea what they are, but I do know this. The ancient peoples had a special connection to the earth, to their home. And they understood, I think, clearly that you really got to take care of that place called home, meaning the earth. And I think sometimes we forget this. And this is why it's so important to protect wild places, to protect the earth and take care of it, to make sure that it remains fertile. Because without a fertile, giving earth, we cease to exist. Everything is basically bullshit if this earth is not protected. Pretty simple fact, right? So that is sort of the central theme, the central mission to all of the images that I produce, these wild landscapes, is I want to create a sense of awe. I want to create a sense of the sacred in this earth. And so that's why I venture off and hunt for these places. And even though we can't really decipher what the pictograph panels and petroglyph panels really mean, I think there's a mystery. There's this sort of haunting quality to them that's really invigorating and inspiring. And if nothing else, it's that inspiration that'll help us sort of stay connected to the planet and really take care of that which allows us to be. Take a look at this guy. This petroglyph is haunting. It looks like something out of somebody's nightmare, doesn't it? The difference between petroglyphs, by the way, and pictographs is that petroglyphs are carved into the rock or etched into the rock, and pictographs are painted on, dyes and pigments are applied to the rock. And so that's the difference. And usually it's the barrier canyon style pictographs in this area of the American Southwest that have this sort of spooky, nightmarish, haunting kind of vibe to it. But this breaks the mold. It is scary, and it's preserved in a magnificent way. Normally they're really weather worn, because these things can be 500 years old and they can be a couple of thousand years old. And the older ones are really super warm. But look at the details. These look like claws and some snake-like or slithery creature-like shape to it with these little legs. It just defies any kind of animal that we can think about. So I can't help but think that it must be something from perhaps a vision quest or a trance-like state or a nightmare or something of that sort. All right, so the footage I shot of this larger panel is kind of shaky. And the reason is that if you can see where I'm standing, there's this really crumbly rock below me. It's about 25 or 30 feet down this ledge here. And I can't really get up around the corner that well to where it is. I can't get in front of it. So I had to kind of stick the camera on a tripod and wrap it around the corner and try to get a shot of it that way. So it's going to have a little jitter in it. It's a really neat panel. It's telling a story, it looks like. There's these Cocopelli, these humpback flute player style characters that are all hunched over, and it looks like there's canes or snakes or something between these figures' legs. It's really intricate. I'm going to try to get on the other side of the canyon over here and see if I can get a long lens up and shoot across to see it in detail. If not, I'll have to come back with a really long lens one day or rock climbing gear to get myself around this really dicey corner. So I'll do my best here. I'm tucked away inside of yet another alcove as another thunderstorm cell has converged on this spot. So I'm kind of waiting it out. I've been coming up through a wash, so I don't want to be in a wash when it's really coming down. When I head out of here, I'll probably blast out of here. All right, as this thunderstorm wages war overhead, I stumbled upon this magnificent pictograph way back inside the alcove. It's tucked back in here and really hidden And I could have very easily just walked right by it, but it's got this wonderful figure here. It looks almost like a centipede or something, and a snake-like figure or staff coming off of this figure. And who knows what this is, but a really fine piece. And I think I'm going to work up a really nice fine art photograph to sort of depict this and hopefully improve its clarity so we can see what it's all about. And here we have even more pictographs along this wall. You can hear the thunder overhead. The storm's still going off. Look at these little lines. They're very intricate and they're very carefully painted in here, and there are a few over here. This was once upon a time a figure here, and it was an elaborate piece of artwork on this alcove wall. And yet another section. I've been moving left to right across this wall, and we see even more figures up here that have really faded badly, but you get a sense of what could have been happening here. The storm has gone and the canyon is lit up, and I'm continuing to find ancient rock art panels, and they're wonderful, and the solitude has been priceless.